I am now live. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tenzin, 1/3 of the SOS. And why is my signal looking like it's. So I hope I'm not coming in choppy on y'all's end. Because, yeah, my little Wi Fi meter is saying, is on like that first, you know, panel, not the rest of it. But on my actual computer, it's up. So I don't know. Maybe it's a StreamYard thing. But anywho, first and foremost, to anybody in Florida, I mean, hopefully y'all are getting the fuck up out of there. But to all my people who unfortunately may be stuck, uh, please be safe. Excuse me. Please be safe because, I mean, this storm that's coming is clearly no joke. And obviously, Haleen already smacked you up enough. Please get to the highest elevation y'all can. Hopefully, you guys just help one another. Avoid, wild animals. That's gotta suck because you're in Florida and yeah, like the waters rise and you see like alligators and shit. Please be careful of that. To all my foreign people that stuck, at the Orlando resort, keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can make it to that Fort Lauderdale. Ugh, oh God, that's Lauderdale. Anyway, hopefully y'all can make it to that Fort Lauderdale airport. Because I believe that's the only one in Florida open. Well, last time I heard of any airports being open. Uh, yeah, man, please be safe, y'all. Because it's serious when you see a meteorologist like almost breaking down because these news people are like literally trained to like keep their composure on shit. But yeah, man, that dude, even he was looking at that shit, he was like, "Whoa, damn, we are fucked, Florida." Um, and yeah, and obviously, hopefully the rest of the U.S. can come together and help the people of Florida. I've seen a lot of Florida tags on my way to work because I'm like, hold on, bro, what the fuck? Like, where did all this extra traffic come from? Where the fuck did all this extra traffic? I'm like, yo, like, I left at 7. Okay, I'm supposed to be here by such and such. Why is this taking me almost an hour? But then, yeah, like I said, I saw all these Florida plates, refugees of natural disasters. I hear, well, I only heard through Facebook, so I won't even repeat it. But anywho, that's that. But yeah, it's all my people stuck in Florida, man. Please be safe. Uh, what's been going on? I've been finally getting back into Red Dead, and I mean, it's a brilliant game. I'm not done yet, but it's a brilliant game though. You just gotta feel like playing that shit. It's like it's just such a chore because it's not like Grand Theft Auto where you're in a car, so it feels like no, you got to be on a fucking horse and like cluck 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 cluck. And like yeah, they do got like fast travel. I just don't know how to use it because like I don't know, like don't you gotta like go to a train station or some stupid shit like that? Then you gotta sit through a damn cutscene, which you can skip, I think, but then it takes away most of your day. But nah, man, that's like a really cool game, like especially story wise. I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler because this game been out for like how many years? Well, shit, this was like last gen. So yeah, I'm at the part where, well, we lost the Irish guy, we lost Lenny. Um, like I'm past the part where you was on that island, basically. What town are you? Like you're in Lakey somewhere, where the Murphys. Yeah, and right now where your protagonist character is suspicious of the gang leader Dutch that he trusts. You know what I'm saying? He's because Dutch is acting a little funny style. Because there's a mission where you have to save your friend John from prison. And Dutch was mad about it. Which, he had like a good little reasoning. He was more so saying like, "Hey man, you gonna bring the law over here? The fuck?" But at the same time, you hear from John, hmm, it feels like when I was getting arrested, Dutch could have did something about it, but he didn't. So I don't know. I'm just piecing things together. I felt like maybe John was supposed to be a fall guy. But nah, man, it's a dope game, man. You can do shit. It's just so much shit to do on that motherfucker. Like, I think that's what makes that. I think that's what makes playing that game such a chore. Like like besides like all that, you know, cowboy bullshit. It's like, yeah, it's like you got to do all this. This is all this stuff you can do. It's like every time I'm riding around, all right, I'm gonna do this mission. I see that gray dot popping up. I'm like, oh well, shit, I gotta check it out now. Hey, what's up, stranger? What you need help doing? What? Okay, I'll do that bullshit. Then that's like hours wasted. Oh, thank goodness, I was able to successfully. I was able to successfully babble until I used to be
Hello,
better at it.
it's all good. My bad. I don't know. My laptop was tweaking today, but what is it? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on?
What's up, B? Yeah, man, I was just telling the audience. Well, I just got done telling the people of Florida to please be safe if you're still stuck there.
Right,
And,
right.
especially all foreigners who's coming to Disney. Is it World or Land in Florida?
It's World in Florida, lands in California.
Okay, yeah. To all the, foreigners who came to come to Disney World but ended up being trapped. Please be safe,
Right.
y'all. But I was telling the audience about Red Dead Redemption 2 and how I got back into playing it.
Uh
And it
huh.
was like well, B, I don't know if you ever played a game like this, but like you ever play a game that's like it's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But playing it is kind of a chore. Like you kind of have to like feel like playing the game. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
That's like Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of those games. There's like so much shit to do on there, and then plus that old time shit just like makes everything seem slower. So you just
Yeah.
it's like that's a game you got to have like some hours of free time. Like you got to make sure. Two is open world. Yep. Got to make sure
Uh,
you got the weekend to yourself.
right, right. No, I never played any of them. I wanted to though. I wanted to. I just never had the chance. But I heard both of them were dope.
Yeah, like they're worth it for the stories. You know what I mean? Like playing through the story and stuff. And like they
Mm-hmm.
are fun games to play. Like dueling people and stuff. That's cool. The little dead eye feature where you can like mark people and he'd be like, go, 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 go. Like, like that's
Right.
dope as fuck. And the voice acting is just top notch. Like, love that. It's a long. Oh, okay. It's a Big John loves it. It's long. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
but
well, it's
nah, man.
open world,
Visually,
so yeah, technically you can just do whatever you want up in there. I'd imagine what it's online too, so you can they just making up new stuff as they
yeah.
go along.
And you know what's crazy? Be like when it comes to like these like free roam games and stuff like that. Like I don't know how, but like I be hearing about folks going like, yeah, bro, I be going on killing sprees. But like other than unless it's GTA, it's like on other games, like whether it be like Red Dead or like Knights of the Old Republic,
Right.
like I can't even dare to choose like the rude like dialogue option. You know what I mean? Like like
Yeah.
I have to be good. Like like I
I
don't see how people can choose evil. Like you know what I mean?
Most of the time that's what I would do. Only time I switched it up was like I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I was what is it? I remember back in the day when I was a kid, I played kind of like the middle of the road on Fable 3. That was the only one I ever had, and on Fable 3 you could play, you know, there, I think that's like the purpose of the game is like you can do different pathways and stuff.
Yeah.
And And so yeah, I kind of did like a middle of the road thing. So it was mostly hero, but every once in a while, like when I needed to get like some money or something, like I'd rob a place or something like that, or I'd rob a businessman or something. But I never played a full on like out like because I remember even in Infamous back in the day, I didn't play as a villain in Infamous either because you definitely could in Infamous, like that was kind of the whole point, like you was able to play we say Big John was talking about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, see, I don't
I haven't
know.
played that
See
yet.
that I kind of wish I had a PlayStation 5 because my issue with Cyberpunk, I
Well,
got it for the four and it was
not when it launched.
huh.
Said not when it launched, because
Well, that's when I got it was when it launched. My mom had got it for me on a whim for Christmas. And it was mad laggy and I had it on PS4
yeah, like
and
I didn't know it came out on PS4. I thought it was
yeah,
PS5.
it came out for both. It was mainly marketed for four, but then they started,
That's right. But yeah, because the console
because it
version
got
was
delayed.
just
It got
awful.
delayed real far back. That's how it ended up coming out with the five. So it was right on the cusp because I think like the five had just came out either that year or the year before. And but that's because the game had got delayed real bad. Like the game had got delayed crazy amount. And then yeah, then they had to delay it again after it came out. They had to shut the servers down and try to figure out all the lags and stuff. But it was real bad. The lags was crazy.
Yeah, I heard I heard the console players were not having a good time, like at all. Like,
Yeah,
but like, cause I know most of the PC people, they were pretty alright, but yeah, that
yeah,
launch was fucking terrible. So
yeah.
I
It
think
was. It
that's
was
what turned
bad.
me off from buying it.
Yeah, like I said, the little bit I was able to play successfully was fun. It was just I eventually just gave up on it because I got so sick of the lags. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean,
But did
it
they
just
ever
got.
patch it up on PS4?
I think they tried, but I heard eventually it just got to the point where people just had to accept the fact that it was bad, and then there was people like going after other people like, oh, was it? Why would you expect the game to be good when another console was coming out? I'm like, because they promised it on
Right.
PlayStation 4. Why would they?
Yeah.
Also, you could barely get a PlayStation 5. Matter of fact, it's still
Right.
hard to get one.
Yeah. And, and it's like, and like you said, for a game that's been delayed so much, it's like you would think, okay,
Right,
they had some time to tweak it,
right.
because that's one thing. It's like, I mean, unfortunately, like gaming companies do crunch. They're not supposed to, but they do. But it's like, but
Yeah,
like I'd rather a game take a long ass time and come out the way it's supposed to come out instead of like rushed and
right,
like get your money back on all that.
right.
But, like I think
Uh,
they ended up having to take it off the market, right? The PlayStation market for a minute because it was so like
yeah, I
it was
remember
so bad.
something had happened. Yeah, it was like, but no, but it was real bad. Like people was going like ham on the studio because they was like, you essentially promised us this game after all these delays, and for it to still be messing up like that. I mean,
I
yeah,
mean, Big
it was
John said
crazy.
they did patch. I mean, come
That's
on,
good.
bro.
I mean,
Like
maybe I'll try to get
that
back
was.
into it then.
Cause I know one thing. If I was Keanu Reeves, I'd have just like flew back to where that studio was. But hey, let me talk to the CEO, please. And I
Right.
like casually walk up to him, smack him in the face, like, bro, you got me looking bad out here, bro. Like
Yeah.
what? like you got my face on your game, and you do
Right.
this shit.
Right.
like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, it was that rollout was bad. There was another one that was crazy too. I just can't remember what the other game was where the rollout was bad.
oh
But
well, that was like this online game that died in like
Yeah, I know which one
I
you
believe
talking about. It was like
yeah, Concord.
Sony tried to do like their own version of like Overwatch or whatever. And yeah, it just didn't really go nowhere. Yeah, it
I
only
mean, because
lasted
you
about a week.
know, because like the right wing people, they're just like it was because it was so woke. But I mean, I think I think the game was just legit, just bad. Like,
Right.
and and I guess like I know like some video game streamers, they are saying like, yeah, we're kind of tired of like these titles where you got to be online all the time.
Right.
Like because I
Yeah.
didn't know
Yeah.
that. I'll go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I didn't really know all the real issues around that. I know there was people saying there might have been some weird studio stuff going on behind the scenes that people was upset about too. So it was just a lot of stuff that kind of happened with that game. I forgot what it was called, but
Let's do a Bing search.
what'd you say?
Like, God, I'm gonna do a Bing search on this Concord. Let's see why this shit failed. Why the fuck? How? And then like, oh my gosh, it's bad when Wikipedia is like, damn, did I really just say Wikipedia instead of just Wikipedia? But
Yeah.
anyway, it's bad when they're talking about it in a past tense. Concord was a
Yeah.
multiplayer first-person hero shooter game. Developed over 8 years. God damn, $400 million budget. Okay. Concord released to mixed reviews from critics. It experienced unprecedentedly low sales for a project of this size and was shut down. God damn, 2 weeks after launch. Okay,
Yeah, that's what it
so it's
was. It was
more than
2 weeks.
a week. Okay, well, yeah, damn son. And like with sold copies being refunded, dang. I wonder though what.
Yeah, like I said, I
See,
never did figure out exactly what the whole issue was with that game, but I just remember hearing like it was like hey, yeah, the 2 week thing. That's pretty much all I really heard about it.
let's see what the feel. Okay, he said that an internal culture of workplace toxic positivity,
Yeah,
and a
that's what it
belief
was.
that it
Yeah,
would
I heard that.
gain.
Yeah, a lot of people was like boycotting it because of like all the stories that was coming out with the studio and everything. Because like they said, it took like 8 years to to
Yeah,
like to create it. So, it was something crazy.
Concord received mixed to average reviews from critics, according to the review aggregator. Let's see, Push Square rated it 7 out of 10 and wrote Firewalk's debut may not be out of this world, but it's generally pretty good overall. Concord has the bones of a fun multiplayer game, but it's missing the meat. Okay, so I guess yeah, it was just. I think it was just a bad game. Like most, it seemed like most of the reviewers are just saying it's just not spectacular.
Right.
This is what it was.
Yeah.
Damn man.
Yeah. I mean, well, like I said, there were a lot of the stuff that I was seeing about it. People was mainly just saying it just felt like Overwatch.
Mm. Yeah, so just like, I mean, and that's what like the last time Sony tried to like do their own version of something. What was it? Like the like the PlayStation All Stars game.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, this is just Smash Brothers with PlayStation niggas, like
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of companies did that. I mean, Warner Brothers just did that. Uh,
yeah.
was this
And,
summer, I think, with that Warner Brothers, what was it Warner Brothers All Stars or
yeah,
whatever?
and before all the gamers come at me, I know platform fighter is technically a genre,
Right.
but come on, bro. when we think of
Right.
a platform fighter, we think of Super Smash Bros. I
Mm-hmm.
know there were platform fighters before it, but most people think of Smash Bros as the OG. That's just how it is. That's just what we decided.
Right.
So yeah, we're always gonna compare it to Smash Brothers, which I wish I didn't because I heard because people love Brawlhalla, but I just couldn't get into it. Kind of like, oh, this is just Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Uh, but yeah, uh, yeah. I mean that type of stuff, though. I mean, what? Because I'm pretty sure Nickelodeon did the same. Nickelodeon also had something
yeah, they
where it
did.
was essentially, yeah, like Super Smash Brothers. So like, yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't really surprised that PlayStation tried to jump in on that. I think the
Yeah.
issue is when it comes to recognizable characters, there's not really that many you could really choose from on there. Like I think you had like the Little Big
Mm-hmm.
Planet dude. You had Nathan Drake from the
Yeah,
Uncharted games. What'd you
Kratos, I
say?
believe.
Oh, they. Oh, that's right. They did have
Parappa,
Kratos. Yeah. They had
Crash in it.
Parappa. I'm not sure. I can't remember if they were on there or not.
Don't
Uh,
mean.
what is it? I mean, speaking because I people I just got put on. Somebody was telling me that with Sony that there was like supposed to be back in the day. I forgot what they had. Oh no! Matter of fact, I think this game Concord uh was supposed to be something else originally that they gave the budget for. What was it? I think this game Concord ended up at, they was planning on making another Infamous game, and they was going to have it connect to that other game, Prototype. I don't know. You know what
Uh-huh.
Prototype is? Yeah, it was supposed to be a
Right. Yeah.
crossover game, and Concord, um, yeah, Concord, like when Concord came on the scene 8 years ago, they essentially pushed that game out, which sucks
Mhm.
because
So they,
Infamous.
I don't know
What's
that.
that?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm more so speaking from hindsight because I can definitely understand a CEO wanting to cash in on the hero shooter
Right.
craze, but damn, that seems like such a fumble of the bag because it's like, wait a minute, you could have made a new Infamous, a game that people wanted,
Right.
but you
Exactly. And then
blew
they was
that
go and
400
then like I said,
mil on. Yeah.
they was going have it cross over with Prototype. Prototype was hard too. Like now I only played a little bit of Prototype. I didn't really play it all like
I
that.
I don't think I played Prototype, but I played Infamous because a dude at my college just had it.
Uh-huh.
Because again, I can't be evil in video games. I remember I was like defeating foes, but like if I didn't straight knock, I think you have like an option to like either like shock them or just like leave them immobilized. So I'll just leave them
Uh
immobilized.
yeah. You could so I remember in Infamous 2, what they probably had it in the first one. For real, I only really played the
Yeah,
second one.
Assassin's Creed.
And that's because they gave it to us free. PlayStation people got it for free back in the PS3 days when that big old PlayStation hack happened. Not the
Mm-hmm.
not the not the one where they leaked the movie. There was one before that. PlayStation was getting hacked
Talking
left
about
and
when they
right.
talking about like when they were hacking PSN.
Yeah, it was a big PSN hack. PSN was down for like weeks, and when we came back, they was like giving like free movies, free game demos, all types of stuff. And I was like, boy, I hope
Oh
they get
yeah,
hacked every week. Like,
because
uh,
like because the crazy thing was during that era, during that generation, I was Team 360. So I was
yeah,
like, "Whoo, ha! Look at you! You motherfuckers was laughing at me paying such and such dollars a month for online. Now look at you getting hacked. Even though I'm still crying on the inside, I'm like, why the fuck are we paying a fee
Man, listen,
to
we
play
was
online?
getting free. Boy, nobody really cared. Well, I mean, people cared a little bit because the servers were shut down. But once they came back and they was offering all that free stuff, we was like, man, I hope they get hacked tomorrow. Like, hack them again. I'm like,
You know
but
that
yeah, no.
you
So
know, that
they
was
get
good.
you got a free demo of Infamous 2 where you got to play. I think it was a significant portion of the game, if I can remember. And yeah, I
Okay.
remember on there, yeah, you could either immobilize people or like part of his thing, he could steal electricity from people's bodies and stuff. So you could straight up kill people by just sapping all the electricity out their body.
That's what it was. I thought he was shocking them. Yeah, he would absorb something. Yeah.
Right. And so yeah, you had the option of either just knocking them out or you could straight up kill them.
Yeah, God always just like just do the non-lethal thing and just keep it pushing. Like,
It depended on how bad I was getting messed up. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I was getting messed up real
oh,
bad by
that would
like
heal you. If you kill them, it'll like heal you.
yeah, that and it would replenish
Okay.
your energy. So because like yeah, if you ran out of energy,
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, so like you could sap it from electronics and stuff like that too. Like I said, depending on how many enemies I had in the vicinity. Like if I was really getting just tore up, like yeah, I'd start like killing the henchmen and stuff.
Oh, okay. Like, what were, like some of the? Cause I seen like some. I seen some dope ass gameplay where it's like just some of the special moves he be doing with his like powers. I was like, God damn,
Yeah, no,
he's
it
fucking
was.
these poor him up. Like,
Oh yeah, no, it got for real. Yeah, no,
I
you
hope they
could.
got a good pension because god damn.
Yeah, that and I used to love like you could like the fast travel, you slide on the power lines. Like that's how he
Mm.
traveled from place to place. Like you just be sliding on the power lines and stuff. It was dope. Like yeah, no, it was
See,
really
if
dope.
they ever make a static shot game, they just got to consult the company that made Infamous. Then just like
Oh,
because
for sure, for sure. I ain't played the newer one though. What was the new one? Like Infamous Second Son. Like I ain't play that one. I heard mixed things on it. Like I heard some people say it was dope,
yeah,
but then I heard other people say that it was kind of whack too. So I don't know. Like I know they did that thing. There was like a weird wave in like the late 2010s for some reason where every like game in a series they was just revamping everything and then just throwing in a new character. Cause like in Second Son, that's what it was. Like Second Son, um, was it? Yeah, Second Son, that was a whole new dude. Like we had no idea who that dude even was.
oh okay, that's weird.
Yeah, because I think in the
So like, well, but then again,
first
I
two
didn't play
games.
the first and the second, so I didn't know how the story ended to know it was
Yeah, I
weird or not.
forgot
So
because technically I never officially bought the game, so I don't really 100% know how the second one ended. But I'm like pretty sure I can't remember. I don't think Cole McGrath dies though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Cole McGrath still lived. Cole McGrath was the main character, by the way. But
I
yeah,
mean,
but nah, it was dope. Like yeah, them games was dope. And like I said, I always wanted to play Prototype, but I didn't. But yeah, that is kind of whack that like they canceled that crossover for a game that just
right.
never came out. Like that's crazy.
I've seen gameplay of Prototype, and that looked hard too.
hmm
Because
Especially the second one,
what
because
was
I'm
he
pretty
like
sure
an
the second.
alien or something?
I think it
Did he
was
have
some sort of
tentacles?
like yeah, some sort of like shape shifting type thing. And all I
That's what it
remember
was.
was I'm pretty sure the second game, the second prototype's main character was a black guy. So I was like, because I remember
Yeah,
like
Prototype.
the
Yeah, he was black. Yeah, that's the character I'm thinking of. Okay.
yeah, no, because I think in the first one it was a white guy. So I think it was a white guy in the first one. Then the second one was a black dude.
Okay.
But yeah, no, yeah, that would have been cool. That crossover game would have been dope. I mean, for real, everybody always wanted a movie. Like everybody always said, like especially for Infamous, like Infamous movie would have
Yeah,
went
I can see that being
hard.
like a good little blockbuster.
Yeah, yeah, that would have went hard. I mean, I don't know. It probably you probably couldn't do it now because most people probably don't even know what what that game is. Like I said, I think the last one, that Second Son game, came out in 2013, I believe. So like,
Oh,
yeah, it's been way long since we had like some Infamous stuff
okay.
out here. And Prototype, I think
Well,
the last Prototype game was earlier than that. So you know,
I think so too. But you know, we're getting the what's that game? Oh, we're getting a Minecraft game, so
I mean,
I mean a
movie, you mean?
Minecraft movie with Jack.
Yeah, that's
Which I never played Minecraft, but most of the Minecraft fans ain't feeling it.
yeah. Then again, I wasn't really arguing, but like I was kind of joking with my friends who play it. I'm like, is there even really enough lore to make a movie in the first place? Like, I don't even know what type of
What the
movie y'all
fuck
was
is the
hoping for.
lore?
That's what I was telling them. I'm like, bro, like I understand y'all upset, but for real, what movie was y'all hoping to see out of that lore anyway? Like it's
Right.
Minecraft. Like
'Cause
either way, it's a weird movie to make. Like I don't really get what
yeah,
was going to happen
did
there.
that game even have a story? Like,
I think I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. But like the main purpose of the game is freestyle and building stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, shoot, they made a story out of Legos, so I guess you could make a story out of Minecraft.
yeah,
But I know people was like, I don't know. That's kind of like where I was joking with my friends who was real upset about it. I was like, I mean, I don't really know what y'all was really hoping for here anyway. For real, like it's like it's Minecraft.
right.
Uh,
Yeah. And speaking of like weird sequels, I mean, I'm still excited for the game. All right, but the Ghost of Yote or Yotai, like, like the only reason why that's weird to me was because the way Ghost of Tsushima ended, it ended as if okay, there's still more of this story to tell.
right,
So then they released Ghost of Yotai, and I'm just like, oh, hold up, oh, okay, so fuck
right.
Jen
Yeah,
right
it's a
now.
different. Yeah,
But I mean, I'm still excited for this game though, like
right,
because
right,
it's supposed to be like 300 years in the future, so that means it's like more
right.
technology to play
Did
with.
the Assassin's Creed joint come out yet with Yasuke?
Nah,
Okay, all right.
all
Again, I
these
ain't got no
niggas
PlayStation
fake
5, but
badass.
God forbid if I do get one, I want to play that because that looks dope, and I want to see these white people be upset because it is
Oh
yeah
my
them.
god, they're so fake mad. It's unreal. Like, bro, shut up. I don't care about race or history. Like in Assassin's Creed, okay,
Well,
buddy.
because they was all going in on what was that one you used to talk about? Ghost of Yota. They was all going in on that. So like they was sitting there talking about
Okay.
what was they saying? Oh, they was like, oh, they wokeified the game because because it's a woman or whatever is the main character. Like, and I was like,
Well, I've
bruh,
heard some
huh?
people like. I mean, like like now there are some terminally online people who are upset because I guess like the voice actress, they're like, I don't know. I guess they're like an activist too. So
Yeah,
yeah, so they don't like them. 'Cause I think they're one of those like non-binary folks. Which I'm actually getting it right
yeah.
because usually I'd have fucked up, but that's weird to hear because usually like 'cause I thought they were gonna use Ghost of Yotai or whatever to as a as a shield, to shit on Assassin's Creed.
Nah,
Like,
bro, because
it's
it's
like
a
sucker punch,
you
get better,
because it's a
Ubisoft.
girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why. Like if it was a dude, maybe. And even then, maybe because they don't like Asians for real. Like, they just pretend to like Asian people. Like Like these are all just
Yeah,
a bunch
that's
of
all I
ticked off
see.
white people.
That's all I see in the comment sections of anything related to Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's like, oh, well, fuck, the Ghost of Tsushima was
We
better.
got Sora 4440. I don't know if she's
That's Marvin.
non-binary, but she and the terminally online folk were upset at her politics. All right, what's up, Sora 4440?
Yeah, yeah. That's who that's Marvis. That was the ENT we
Oh, okay.
interviewed. But
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I
that's
remember
what I
Marvis.
heard. Yeah, that's what I remember, Marvis. The terminally online niggas just mad at her politics, but I ain't seen nobody complaining about it just being a girl in the game. Like
That's what I was
I
seeing all
thought,
over Twitter. I was seeing like, something about how she shouldn't be able to do X, Y, and Z or whatever. I'm like, oh well, nigga, hush. I was like, who cares,
damn,
dog?
it's almost like it's a fucking game or something. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
nigga, like
mean?
what the
Like,
fuck? Speaking of outrage castings, I'd seen as of a couple hours ago. I don't know when they officially made the announcement, but what is it? All right, there's this new movie on
well, we're talking
Netflix.
about the new Assassin's Creed, Big John. That's
I
coming out.
gotta
I was
I'm
like,
trying to figure I gotta look up homie's name. There was that new Netflix movie called Rebel Ridge, and the light skinned dude from there, what's the dude's name? Aaron Pierre. What else has Aaron Pierre been in that we would have seen? Hold on, I'm looking.
called Rebel
But
Ridge.
he's a
This new movie.
yeah. I mean, that don't really matter. Just know that the actor's name is Aaron Pierre. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Trying to think something that me and you both would have seen that he'd have been in. If
Let's see.
anybody's seen, what'd you say?
You say he's a light skinned dude.
Yeah. Anyway, the
Is he like?
reason why I bring up his name is because the new Green Lantern series on HBO Max that they've been making almost forever. I think I don't know. I didn't see anything official yet, so if it's not official, I probably just got baited. But I heard that he got cast as Jon Stewart for the Green Lantern show, and
Okay.
yeah, people's ticked off because a lot of people wanted, I think, what's his name, Stephen James, I think, to play him because people said that Aaron Pierre is too light skinned to be playing Jon Stewart, which technically, I mean, they are right. Oh no, this is official. Okay, yeah, this is definitely official. But I will say there were people who were fan casting him for the role over the past couple of weeks, ever since that Netflix joint dropped. Because I haven't seen it yet, but I heard a lot of people loved him in it. So that being said, I got two things. On the one hand, I definitely shout him out because he's definitely a great actor. I've seen him in other stuff before. He was in this. Most recently, I had seen him in this thing. It's a National Geographic has this series called Genius, and they do a different person every season. It's like a mini, like biopic like series. I think like the first season it was
But
like
it's
about
about one person.
yeah. I think first season it was Einstein. Second season I think it was like Aretha Franklin. And then this most recent season they split it with two people, and it was both Malcolm X and MLK. He played MLK. No, he played Malcolm X. I'm tripping. And I thought he was dope in there. He was and I've seen him in other stuff too. He's dope. Now that being said, I do agree with a lot of people who's upset though, because Jon Stewart has always been a dark skinned dude. You know what I'm saying? Like in cartoons, dang near everything, he's always been a dark skinned man. So it is a bit weird to cast the British light skinned dude to play him. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like
Let me
I
ask
don't
you,
really get.
was that Pierre guy on was that Pierre dude? Was he on Woman King?
I didn't see Woman King, so I don't know. Hold
Oh,
up, I'm
hold on.
looking. Nah, I don't think he was in that.
Okay.
He was. I
I was
first
wondering if he was.
see. I first seen him in that Krypton show back in the day on Sci-Fi. Well, not back. I'm saying back in the day, like it was long ago. It was like 2017, 2018. That's when I had first seen him on the Krypton show, and then I think he was in that Underground Railroad show too. Huh?
He was on a show about Krypton.
Yeah. On Sci-Fi, I think it went like 2 seasons. There was a show called Krypton. It was supposed to be set in the past, and it was about Superman's grandfather. On Krypton.
It's interesting.
Yeah, and I think he played like one of his homeboys or something. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, he's a dope actor. I don't hold nothing against him, but I can understand why a lot of our folks is upset about this. It's like how you take a classically dark skinned character and make him light skinned is weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people had that same a little bit of the same energy.
Do that to men.
Yeah. They kind of do. It depends on the role for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can get away with it, they usually do. I mean, as much as I loved him in the role, technically that's what happened with Cyborg. Like, with Zack Snyder, like Zack, casted Ray Fisher. And don't get me wrong, Ray Fisher did his thing, and I'll always love Ray Fisher for that. Like, but Cyborg is another character who's usually a dark-skinned dude, Then again, there's also a thing that I know a lot of people don't usually think about this type of stuff, but I have seen people bring up the fact that usually a lot of, like, when it came to comics, a lot of our characters are usually dark-skinned because white people usually create them and don't know how to draw different shades of white people. So I can understand that. I can understand that argument too. Is like, were they created with the intention of being light skinned, or were they just supposed to be black? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's an interesting debate, but for the most part, I feel like they definitely should have went with the dark skinned dude. However, I did see some weirdness that I didn't agree with, where people was like, I seen this one tweet. Somebody was like, "Oh well, we need to start sending smoke towards his way because he shouldn't have accepted the role." I'm like, that's whack as fuck. Like, leave that nigga alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's weird as hell. Leave that nigga alone. Like, be mad at the casting director, nigga, not him. Like, like, I don't know. I don't agree with going after the nigga for that shit. Like, I don't. It's not like he said, fuck them darkies." Like that's not what happened there. Like, he was offered a job and took it after people were fan casting him for the role after that Netflix movie came out a couple weeks ago too. So yeah, I don't agree with going after him for that shit. That shit.
It's crazy though. Like, Thurgood Marshall, who was like a real person, he was like, they did the reverse to that nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
Well, I always noticed like that too. I usually notice that too with
like play historical characters. Like,
I usually notice that too when it comes to castings for Martin Luther King. I've noticed that ever since I was a little boy. Most times when they'll cast somebody to play Martin Luther King, it's usually a dark-skinned dude, which is very interesting to me because Martin Luther King, I'm not going to say he was full-on light-skinned, but he certainly wasn't our shade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they be casting dark-skinned niggas to be playing him all the time. Like, I've noticed that ever since I was a little kid. I remember there was this one old Disney Channel movie. I remember where I first seen it, and I was so confused because I'm like, who is that? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? And that was like, oh, that's Martin.
Who's the main character on that movie?
Huh?
You said it was a Disney movie? Who's the main character?
Oh, bro, I can't remember, bro. It was a long time ago.
Was it like
I think it was some
girl. Like,
I think it might have been a young girl or something, and it was like her brother or her or something was like trying to get involved with the civil rights movement or something. Like, I was a very little kid when I watched this movie. I just remember that was the first time I seen a dark skinned Martin Luther King, and I've seen it a couple more times too. Like I remember in The Butler, they did it again in The Butler. Then
he was
homie who
dark skin
played
on
this,
Selma too, right?
yeah, because homie who played the son in The Butler, David Oyelowo, ended up playing him again. Ended up playing Martin Luther King in Selma. Um, I've noticed it a couple more times too. Like honestly, again, that Genius show, the most recent season where Aaron Pierre played Malcolm X, the dude who played Martin Luther King, surprisingly, they casted him as a light skinned guy. Like it was a light skinned guy who
Okay.
played him, and I honestly, I was a little shocked by that because I'm like, oh snap, like somebody casted like a a matching skin tone to Martin Luther King. Like
Right.
that's crazy. Like because most of the times like I've seen like on TV movies, all types of stuff, they'll be casting dark skinned people as Martin Luther King, and I just be like, that's so. Well, actually, even when you think about it, what's the one that everybody and their mama had to watch as a kid? My Pal Martin. On My Pal Martin, that's a cartoon, and even
Yeah.
he's drawn dark skin in that movie. Like that, yeah. I always thought that, and it's funny because then they'll show like the real clips and stuff in the movie next to the cartoons, and it's a whole light skin. And I'm just like, that's interesting. Yeah, sometimes there's a lot of weird stuff with shades on, and I don't know, like if it's his family doing that or if it's just like dumb white people who don't know about black skin tones, like well, because like I was noticing
Yeah,
too, because I was noticing, what's that one? The one that Regina King directed. It was like One Night in Miami. Did you see that? It was on Amazon Prime. It came out a couple years ago. It had like Malcolm X, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali. I thought it was interesting that Aldous Hodge played Jim Brown in that movie because I don't know if you've seen Jim Brown. Aldous Hodge don't look shit like Jim Brown. Like that nigga is dark. Like Jim Brown. Like
kind of. He was like dad's complexion, right?
Yeah, he's like our dad's complexion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not a dark skinned nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was very interesting casting for that role too, especially because on the other three, like Sam Cooke, Malcolm X, and Muhammad Ali's castings were semi close, except I'd argue the Muhammad Ali casting dude was a bit darker than Muhammad Ali, but but even still, he wasn't like full on dark. But like, yeah, like he was the Jim Brown actor, Aldous Hodges, was the darkest one, I think, out of the four leads. And I just thought that was interesting because I was like, yeah, Jim Brown is not a dark skinned dude. Like, I don't know where some of that stuff comes from. I mean, it's always interesting to think about that type of stuff with old Hollywood and stuff like that. Because, like, I mean, you even think about like the Fresh Prince, right? I know everybody always had that. Yeah. There was always this like joke that like some of the kids came from light skinned Aunt Viv and some of the kids came from dark skinned Aunt Viv. But like, when you think about it, it was mad weird. Like, whose daughter was Hillary supposed to be? Like, Hillary was mad light skinned. Like, she did not look like the rest of them at all. Like, where the hell did she come from?
No, thank goodness for light skinned Aunt right?
Hey man, I always give Daphne Reed her props.
I was gonna say, I mean, because black people are genetically diverse. I mean, I guess Uncle Phil could have been his light skinned. This could have just took over. But
because his mom on the show was dark skinned. Remember, the mom would come up from like down south, and the mom on the show was a dark skinned woman.
I mean, I'm talking about for Hillary.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. 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 I don't know.
Talking about Uncle Phil and like dark skin Aunt Viv. I'm like, I guess like Uncle Phil's side. I was gonna say like my mother is light, and I came out like, what the fuck, like you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, I guess that is true because, like, yeah, considering your mom and dad, like, yeah, that is interesting how you came out like dark skin. Like,
Yeah, like no. Okay, man. I could have been Chris Brown in this bitch. Like, you know, like,
well, even when you think about too, like, dad and our aunt, like, you know, they're not
mm-hmm.
far off, but their complexions are different too. So yeah, I mean, I guess technically, like,
Yeah.
that can happen, but yeah, no, I
Mm-hmm.
would say, yeah. Ever since I was a little boy, I always thought that was interesting that a lot of like old TV shows and movies would always cast a dark skinned Martin Luther King, and I never understood that. I was so confused by that. I
Yeah.
was like, it would always shock me
Because
every time I seen it.
the movie I was thinking of, I don't know if it could have been a Disney Channel movie because someone did get shot in it. I mean, there was no blood or nothing, but you
Right.
definitely see him like fall over.
Uh huh.
But now, like, yeah, the nigga they chose for Martin Luther King, I'm just like, yeah, like kind of like how you reacted to that other movie. I was like, bro, who the fuck is that? That's supposed to be MLK, like, because they didn't try at
Yeah.
all. Like, he didn't even have the same shaped head. Like, it was
Yeah.
like you said, like, it's like they just said, "Hey, you're black," like, you know,
Yeah.
like
What was it?
somebody's grandfather, really, like.
So that new show on Peacock with Kevin Hart and them in it, Fight Night, dope show by the way.
Mhm.
But I know a lot of people was
Oh,
ticked
that's
off
a
about the
show.
yeah, a lot of
I
people was
thought
mad about the
it was
Muhammad Ali casting for that show, which, like,
like yes.
they cast bro. I'm trying to think. Is
I don't
Dexter
know. I thought
something?
that shit was a movie. Hold on.
Nah, it's a show.
Let me
It's
see.
Dexter something. He's been in a bunch of different stuff for real. The thing I remember seeing him first in was that one Queen Latifah movie with it's called Joyful Noise. It was like her, Dolly Parton, Kiki Palmer. I remember he was in that.
Oh,
Um Dexter Darden is this dude's name. I know he was in the Maze Runner too. Bro, what else has this dude been in, bro? Dexter Darden. He's been in mad stuff. I just can't. I'm trying to think of all the stuff that he was in though. I think his biggest
I'm
movies
trying
were
to.
the Maze Runner movies though. That's for sure. His biggest joints were the Maze
Oh,
Runner.
David Banner's on this?
Who?
I said David Banner's on this too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. David
The
Banner's
one.
in it. They got mad people in
Oh,
there. Like, it's dope.
Garden. Okay, I'm looking at Dexter now. Okay, let me see. Uh,
Yeah, a lot of people was upset that he got cast, and people
I'm
was
honestly
talking
though, like,
crazy on his performance too. Which, see, I'll say in the first episode when he comes in, it's a bit jarring. I'm not gonna lie. So I can understand initially why people was turned off by it, but as it went on, to me it got better. Also, I started thinking too. Muhammad Ali's personality is so dynamic and in your face that I feel like as an actor, that is truly hard to like copy that
mm-hmm.
such a specific cadence and mannerism. I,
I
if
mean,
anything, that's one of those depictions where I'm kind of just like, I kind of already give you, I'm going to grade you on a curve. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I can understand.
because I mean,
I can understand the challenge of trying to play that role. Like,
yeah.
because I was a kid when I seen this movie, but I thought Will Smith did all right as Ali, you know. But then again, I was a little boy when I seen it, so I probably don't remember nothing.
I mean,
All I
that's what I was
remember is
about
the
to bring
champ is
up.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up because I was like, to me, like, I was like, I mean, Will Smith don't look like him either. Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? That what kind of threw me off. I was like, you don't even look like this nigga. Like, you know,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the issue
like
with
he had the
people have
mannerisms down.
yeah. I think the thing that people had with Dexter was like it was so heightened in the show Like his personality was
Mm.
so heightened. Like he was playing him big. And to be fair,
Yeah,
the events of the show are
you
when
kind of have
he
to.
right. You have to play him big. Well, actually, no, because I'll say the dude in One Night in Miami, he played him. He played a more subdued version. I'll be honest, but he did play
Yeah.
a more subdued version. But in this show, I can understand why Dexter went big for Ali because the context of the show takes place on his first fight after his imprisonment for draft dodging. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's like, so that all that excitement in the air from that and everything, like that's not a subdued Ali. Like that's him coming in, guns blazing. You know what I'm saying? So, I can understand why he chose to go high for that, not low.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I know what, like, actually, I'd say Godfather of Harlem's Ali. I mean,
See, I didn't
he
even
was
make
a
it
little,
that
he was
far.
a
I
little
didn't even know
skinny.
Ali came in there yet.
Yeah, he made like a little appearance. Like that dude, he was kind of skinny to be believed as a heavyweight boxer,
Right.
but but
Well,
like I
same
don't
with
know, like he
Dexter.
had his manner.
Dexter looked like a featherweight.
Yeah, see, and it's like, come on, dog. Like at least Will like lifted weights and shit, and actually
Right.
got trained.
Yeah.
You know, but I was gonna say but he did a good job, portraying him. It was just the scene that he was in. They expected you to believe that Bumpy Johnson could beat Ali in a Jonin match, and I'm just like, wasn't nobody out Jonin Ali. Get the
I was
fuck
about
out
to
of
say,
here.
no, that man, you could tell Ali
I
was
mean,
practicing in the
unless the
mirror. Like,
context was like, unless the context was Ali knew who Bumpy Johnson was and he knew not to
right.
like go too hard. But other than that, no, like he
Even
is
then,
roasting your ass.
like, I feel like with Ali, he was a smart dude, but even then, I don't feel like he'd have let nobody back him into no corner. Like, I feel like even
Yeah,
then, even if he was kind of scared of Bumpy, he wouldn't have let nobody in that room know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was just him and Bumpy in a room, maybe.
true,
But if
yeah,
there was a bunch
because
of
he
people
wasn't
around,
showing.
right? Yeah, I don't think that Ali would have left that room with people saying, "Oh man, Ali shook." Like, nah, I don't think that'd happen either. Like,
But
yeah,
see,
nah, I don't
you just
know.
gotta look at that scene, B, because you'll be like, hold up, bro, like, because like like, okay, Forrest Whitaker's ass is not winning no roast session, like,
Yeah,
cause you see
man,
Forrest, cause like it's like in front of press and stuff. And
yeah,
you see Forrest Whitaker like do his little lame joke, but you hear the room go like, "Oh!" I'm like, "Come on, bro!" Like,
yeah.
and like
All
Ali
right,
couldn't think of
nigga.
nothing. Like, yeah, and it's
Was
still
it?
Ali not being able to think of nothing.
Is
I'm like,
Katherine Johnson still
okay,
alive? Was she writing the script? I think that's his wife's name, Katherine Johnson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her name. The only reason why I know her name is because I remember, like, as a kid, after I watched American Gangster, which, by the way, as a child, I shouldn't have been watching that movie. But I was like really into the story of Frank Lucas, and I just remember like going on YouTube and seeing like, yeah, Katherine Johnson was on that nigga's head. Like she hated that man, and Catherine and
oh
Frank
yeah,
Lucas did not care that she hated him. Like he straight up
yeah, like
stayed with it.
cause look, like his oh yeah, Marvin's, yeah, he was like, it was almost like WWE tier shit talking, but yeah, like what she because once she was saying that he was embellishing his relationship to
Yeah,
Bumpy.
yeah, like because in the movie and stuff, he made it seem like he was like
He was
his
like
number two nigga.
his
Like, you know what I'm saying?
his
Like,
mentee, yeah,
yeah, like he was
like Bumpy
next
was
up. Yeah, like,
right.
and whereas she was like, bro, you wasn't even all that, bro. Like, and Frank Lucas kind of was like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you talk about. Like, and and yeah, like he didn't back down from the stuff. Like he very was would publicly say like she could kiss my ass. Like I don't like, you know, it's hard. I'll say this. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm more inclined to believe him only because this nigga was very public with the fact that he was a snitch. Like he let that hit the streets and never really backed away from the snitching claims. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who's that open and candid about snitching on his fellow drug dealers, and I think he was
Which I
snitching on
always
Dirty
want
Cop.
so. Yeah, because the way the movie represented it, he was more so snitching on cops.
Yeah, okay,
But he
yeah.
snitched on other criminals too. Like I guess like
Well,
in real life he was snitching on other people.
I don't know. Like I said, it was some from what I saw that I heard that he got some people in trouble. But again, with like I said, it's hard to know what is really real because I wasn't there. But because according to the movie and I think his book, like he was making it seem like he was just snitching on dirty cops. So if I had to guess where the middle way is, I'd imagine him snitching on the dirty cops led to a lot of drug dealers getting their stuff messed up. I feel like that's probably the middle ground of that story. It's like he didn't 100% snitch on drug dealers, but he didn't exactly make it cool for them either. You know what I'm saying? By snitching on them cops. Was it now? But yeah, in terms of Katherine Johnson could 100% be telling the truth that Frank Lucas is lying. Because, yeah, I've heard apparently Frank Lucas was known to spin a tail in his day. But I don't know. Anybody who's that open about snitching, period, I feel like I'm more inclined to believe only because, like, yeah, snitch is not really like, a good thing in that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Give a fuck about life. You letting that
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what. Also, I kind of was wondering too, like, well, I mean, how connected with Bumpy Johnson's business was she? You know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, was she there for the day?
Like the show kind of made it seem like she knew everything.
Okay,
but was just playing the role. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. Also,
they made her character annoying on there. I ain't gonna host.
I'll be honest, because I didn't make it past the first season. I've been meaning to get back into it though. It wasn't because it was bad. I just fell off. Well, actually, at the time, the reason I fell off was because I was streaming it dang near illegally because that was the only way I could get access to the show because I didn't have no Epix account.
Hadn't started the second season. Yeah, I hadn't started the second season either because I thought we did have Epix, but then all of a sudden we don't. So I was like, oh well, shit. I mean, like
and now I think Epix is like MGM now, so I think we technically got it now. I think there's 3 seasons. But yeah, no, in that first season, like, yeah, I think there's 3 seasons. And I heard like they bring up like a bunch of like old school like Italian mobsters and stuff. I wonder. Again, I don't know who has access to the show. Like, I don't know if it's like Bumpy Johnson's estate who has access to it because I do wonder if at some point they'll bring Frank Lucas in. Like, or especially with the timeline of the show, I feel like they'd have to because, like, from what I remember in the like timeline of right, so that's like what the 60s, right?
Yeah,
and Frank was out here wilding during the 70s. Or the 80s. I'm pretty sure it was the 70s. So Frank got to come in at some point. Like, if the show go on too long, unless they go right up to the year when Frank came, but like Frank and I forgot what he called his. It was Frank and the something boys. I forgot. I think it was Frank and the Country Boys or something. I think that's what they like. Him and his brothers, I think, was called the Country Boys or something.
Oh, really? Country Boys.
I'm pretty sure it was the Country Boys. But yeah, maybe they'll go right up till when he took over. But like, yeah, I don't know. That's that the show is interesting in it. What'd you say?
I was like, if that even happened, let's see how they tell it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I was wondering who has access, like who controls the rights to the story. Because if it's her estate, they might do some shit. They bring that nigga in and kill him in his first episode.
Right. or just make him look like Just make him look. Just hoe him out like as a
Yo,
character.
make
Like
him look like
just
a bitch. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. I mean,
like just
I
do a
don't.
complete one.
I do be
How
wondering who has access to that story because I always think about Hoodlum with Lawrence Fishburne. That Bumpy Johnson story. Granted, it's that takes place before this time period, but you don't even hear about no damn Catherine. They made up a whole new different chick for Vanessa Williams' character.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that chick was not Catherine. Like that was a whole nother girl. Like also speaking of different shades, Lawrence Fishburne loved that nigga to death. He looked nothing like Bumpy Johnson. Like Forrest Whitaker looked like that nigga all day. Lawrence Fishburne, I don't know who that nigga was supposed to be. As a matter of fact, for real, Chi McBride as the cousin looked more like Bumpy Johnson than Lawrence Fishburne if we keep it in the buck.
Because Bumpy's heyday, that was supposed to be what, the 30s or the 40s. So what?
I think his initial run, was like during like the 30s and stuff. Because isn't that when he supposedly met Malcolm X's Detroit Red? Was back during them days, or at least that's what they made it seem like in the show. They made it seem like in the show he knew him from back in like the old school days, and then he went to prison and then came out and like homie was a Muslim now, and then that's when he was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Okay, I ain't catch that.
Okay, yeah, no, in 1930s was when he was first out in the streets or whatever, and then he went to Alcatraz, and then he got released in '63, and then
Damn.
he was out here until '68, and where he died, and he died at the age of 62 in 1968. So, and then Frank Lucas, was it Frank Lucas? His criminal career, he started. It says here roughly around. These dates is all messed up on Wikipedia. They not got the dates up right. Oh well. I'm at it's roughly around the 70s. That's what it's saying. Like essentially, like So almost like as soon as Bumpy got up out of here, they trying to pretty much they're saying that Frank moved on up or whatever. Well, but then again, not according to Katherine Johnson. Katherine Johnson said that nigga is a liar. So, but it is what it is, or was a liar because I forgot that nigga died. He died back in 2019.
Even the old niggas be dissing each other on video. Like you know how like young niggas be on YouTube. Like man, fuck the other side, nigga. Like so, they had their own Vlad TV.
Oh man.
Well, I think Lucas might talk to Vlad. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like I would not be surprised if he was on Vlad. He definitely was on Vlad back in the day. Though it was like it's old school, old school Vlad. Like that's crazy. Yeah, no, this is like old school Vlad. But
okay. Before we knew he was nah, I never.
I don't know. Yeah, the Vlad situation is weird. Don't get me wrong, he's a cornball, but not for. I think he's a cornball now, but I know a lot of people was upset with him back before his recent controversies. They were saying he was like us. Yeah, they saying he was getting people in trouble. I'm like, maybe don't go on a YouTube channel and tell niggas that you just shot 80 niggas before you got there. they be so happy to snitch on themselves. It is crazy. I'll just be like, why are you happy about this? You going to jail.
Right. You going to jail now.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun place to end it. Gangsters and snitching. I don't know. Uh, but if it's your first time here, definitely don't make it your last. Come back every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We hold it down. I'm Most Dope. We got Tenzin over here. Our brother Los couldn't come today, but that's okay. We hold it down for the fam anyway. Thank y'all so much. Be sure to follow all of our pages. Be sure to head back over to Instagram. Check out Big John and Slick 600's page, the What They Want podcast. They're going at it right now. I've been seeing the notifications up here. But yeah, man, thanks for coming out, y'all. Peace. We love y'all. Come back next Wednesday at 8. See you.
All right. Hold on. In stream.